welcome back to Lumino. Today's video will continue sharing a brief glimpse of the numerous sexual assaults and violent murders committed by the man who went by several names. However, most of you may know him by his most infamous name, the Golden State Killer. Before we get started, I would like to ask you, if you like my videos, please hit that like and subscribe button down below. Thank you. Warning, this video might contain some graphic images and language. It was stated he enjoyed and got off on the feeling of overpowering his victims and the fear he caused in them. By the end of 1977, the East Area Rapist sexual assault cases increased to about 30 victims. On the 22nd of January 1978, for the first time, the East Area Rapist forced his way in through the front door of a home. The victims were two teenage sisters. They were both tied and raped in the same room. Police officials speculate the rapist was aware the victims' parents were out that evening. On the 2nd of February 1978, in Rancho Cordova, Katie and Brian Maggiore were walking their dog when they encountered an armed, masked man. The situation quickly turned violent and the couple made an attempt to run away. However, Brian got shot on the back of his neck while the attacker shot Katie through the back of her skull. 20-year-old Katie passed away at the scene, while 21-year-old Brian died at a nearby hospital. Investigators found clues at the crime scene that led them to believe the East Area Rapist was responsible for the murders. The East Area Rapist continued to increase his victim count throughout the east side of California. He sexually assaulted 34 victims within the Sacramento County. He had 2 victims in the San Joaquin County and 2 more in the Stanislaus County. In October of 1978, he attacked 2 victims in the Contra Costa County. One of his victims was forced to perform oral sex on him right after her sexual assault. Otherwise, he threatened to cut her baby's ear off. Within the next 10 months, the East Area Rapist attacks started appearing more in the Bay Area. He victimized an additional 7 women in the county of Contra Costa, 3 assaulted in Alameda County, and 2 in San Jose. One of his victims described him breaking in with a ski mask on and then jumping on her bed holding a knife. Another victim of his invasions was a 29-year-old whose husband was forced to listen as she got raped in the other room, all while their 8-year-old daughter was locked in the bathroom. The East Area Rapist would continue to terrorize his surviving victims by calling them throughout the years every so often. Authorities were able to continue gathering sketches from victims' neighbors describing any suspicious spotted men around the area the crime was committed. The longer the East Area Rapist went uncaptured, the stronger people's fear grew. They began buying out all the hardware store locks and guns, as well as taking self-defense classes and taking turns keeping an eye out at night. On the 2nd of June 1979, 13-year-old Mary Burwart was attacked at around 4 a.m. by the East Area Rapist. She woke up to a man on top of her holding a knife to her throat whispering, "You better be good." He tied Mary's legs and hands and then gagged her with her own training bra. She didn't want him killing her father and her sister who were sleeping in their own rooms, therefore she didn't put up a fight. On July 1979, the East Area Rapist attacked the couple. He tied both their hands and legs. While doing so, the couple could hear him muttering, "I'll kill them." This freaked the woman out and she began to scream loud enough to alert the neighbors. The rapist quickly left the scene and afterwards his attacks suddenly stopped in the Sacramento area, leaving investigators puzzled. In 1979, Joseph DeAngelo was caught trying to shoplift dog repellent and a hammer, which led him to lose his job with the police department. That same year, on October, sexual homicides began in the southern part of California, where the attacker was dubbed the Night Stalker. On the 30th of December 1979, the Night Stalker attacked Robert Offerman and Deborah Manning. After sexually assaulting Deborah, he shot both of them to death. Investigators found Robert's bindings loosened, which led them to believe he was attempting to put up a fight before being shot. In March of 1980, Charlene and Lyman Smith were attacked. Charlene was sexually assaulted and then they were both bludgeoned with firewood the Night Stalker found right outside the victim's house. The couple's 12-year-old son was the one who discovered the parents' bodies underneath their bed covers. On the 19th of August of that year, the stalker broke into Keith and Patrice's home in Orange County. Patrice was a pediatric nurse while Keith was a medical student. Their bodies were found under their covers, badly beaten. On the 27th of July 1981, the Night Stalker assaulted Sherry Domingo and Gregory Sanchez. The attacker raped Sherry and after he was done, he proceeded to murder both of them. Gregory was shot on his cheek and then bludgeoned to death with a garden tool. Within the last 2 years, the Night Stalker had attacked 3 victims in the Santa Barbara County, 1 in Ventura County, and 2 within the Orange County. September 1981, Joseph's first daughter, Misha Louise DeAngelo, was born. In 1983, Joseph and his family moved into his Citrus Heights home. The Night Stalker's last known victim was Janelle Cruz on the 4th of May 1986. He entered her home while her family was on vacation in Mexico, sexually assaulted her, and once he was done, he bludgeoned her to death with a pipe wrench. Throughout the years, officials continued to do research on the cold cases. In 2001, police finally confirmed the East Area Rapist and the Night Stalker were the same individual, dubbing him the Golden State Killer. The FBI added the serial killer's DNA in their database, however, had no luck identifying him. This led to a new task force being created to help generate new tips as well as offer a $50,000 reward for any sort of information leading to his arrest. Detective Paul Hall had been working on capturing the Golden State Killer for more than 20 years. He had studied all of the reports and cases the Martinez County Sheriff's Crime Lab held on the serial rapist. Detective Hall received good news when he uploaded DNA taken from the Golden State's crime scene and uploaded it to an open-source genealogy website known as gedmatch.com. Within a day, he received a list of potential suspects, which he narrowed down to 5 males fitting the description of the Golden State Killer. Amongst those 5 suspects was Joseph DeAngelo. After officials were spying on him for a few days, they were able to retrieve a used tissue he disposed of for DNA comparison, which came back a perfect match with the Golden State Killer. On the 24th of April 2018, 72-year-old Joseph James DeAngelo was arrested outside his Citrus Heights home. With an abundance of evidence and witnesses against him, Joseph pled guilty to 26 charges, getting sentenced to life in prison with no possibility to parole. His charges were 13 counts of first-degree murder and 13 counts of kidnapping. Unfortunately, the rest of his crimes fell outside the statute of limitations in California. During Jane Sandler's testimony, she stated, "He's evil. He's a psychological evil, psychotic, crazed madman." If you just got scared, you must now subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Until next time.